Deonna Purrazzo and Mickie James. What's the match that you need to sell this for? So, Deonna Purrazzo is a great talent. Mickie James is a great talent. They're going to have a Texas Deathmatch. Oh, that's a great match waiting to happen. But you're just not really as deeply connected with all the wrestling content around. It's hard to really get more and more wrestling content. So, what prompted this match to happen for people during this reign of pro wrestling era? Since I already follow New Japan, I follow AEW, I follow somewhat WWE, but mostly I stick to AEW and New Japan, though I haven't made any videos of New Japan for a while, mainly because I forgot to renew my subscription and I just haven't found the time. But I managed to find some time to watch this for one particular reason. The shocking moment on Friday night where WWE announced Mickie James was going to enter the Royal Rumble. Do you not see the problem here? Mickie James, who is signed to NWA, has a somewhat of a deal with Impact, and now she's heading into the Royal Rumble. Right before this match, the Knockouts World Champion in the Royal Rumble. And she has said she's going to bring the belt to the show. She vowed to go through Deonna Purrazzo to take the belt to the Royal Rumble. So, yeah. Did WWE finally get off their you-know-whats to enter their own forbidden door? The forbidden door, the door that would be locked from the inside because WWE doesn't want to play with other people unless they're not a threat or they could destroy them on their own. So, yeah, heading into this event, yeah, you had your rematch build up with the Texas Deathmatch because, well, and Deonna Purrazzo's statistics, though Deonna did say she didn't actually want to do the rematch. She was like wanting to be that person that was like so disgusted that she lost. She couldn't want to look at the title not being around her over her shoulder and never challenge it for a while, which would have been interesting if they did that route, but they didn't. They went the rematch route. And we had this tease with Roxy and that would lead to a potential match for probably both titles, or since Deonna Purrazzo holds another title around her waist, since she does work other promotions. So we could have 3 world champions for women wrestling in 2-in-1 match. But Deonna Purrazzo vowed to destroy this possible moment of WWE finally getting off their behinds and having Mickie James show up at Royal Rumble with the Knockouts title. I had an issue with it because from the Mickie James point, because last year the trash bag incident happened. And yeah, as much as we'll probably, and people will say, oh, well, that was that guy they fired. Okay. When you have so many wrestlers, predominantly mostly women, the only one guy I could think would probably get that treatment was CM Punk for various reasons that we already know. But when you had wrestlers like Renee Young, and commentators and personalities like Renee Young say she had the same treatment. You had Gail Kim come out and say this. You had Maria Kanellis come out and say this. You had all these women come out and say, Chelsea Green even, and Gail Kim saying the accusation of, oh, they did this even before I joined WWE the first time. So it was like, yeah, this isn't one guy. This does seem to suggest that this is a company-wired culture of sexism. That's a pretty damning accusation to make. Sadly, no investigation was ever held, and we just got PR tweets from Triple H and John Laurinaitis, but, you know, that's not enough for people to be calm about, because this is something because you have all these women coming out and saying they got the same treatment, like, I got a trash bag when I was fired, I got a trash bag when I left, I got a trash bag care package. It's like, okay, is it the same guy that somehow did all this? And there's like, the moment that happened, that should have been a lot bigger deal, I feel, than what it actually became, because And because people could say, well, Vince didn't know. How is he supposed to know? And it's like, I'm that guy that's gonna like, because he's the owner of the freaking company. Either he knew about it, in which case he's a scumbag for more than just his other established reasons. He's probably terrible. But if he didn't somehow know, then I'm wondering, wait, so you don't know what's going on in your own company? How are you a leader again? How did you make it this far if you don't know what's going on in your own company? So, yeah, Vince kind of is in this situation should have been a lot bigger than it really became. But yeah, Mickie James going back to WWE, like after she made a whole bunch of tweets calling out WWE, Nick Khan, and all the disasters and whatnot, she goes back, and the reports were saying they want to work it out, though the only way you could work it out if you systematically rid of a lot of the rot in the company, in the management system, but that's not going to happen. And I don't know what they offered her other than we're sorry, probably. And Mickie James even told them, look, I have a deal with NWA and Impact. And John Laurinaitis apparently told her, oh, don't worry, there's no borders anymore. And it was like, what? And then I see the Tribalists having fun with this, saying AEW in the mud and whatnot. It's like, you can't be happy just because that's because Impact's actually becoming a big deal again after so long of being forgotten by people. Oh wait, you didn't care, because I recall seeing someone repost a whole bunch of old tweets from other Tribalist accounts for WWE who will adamantly defend WWE and condemn everyone else, going ahead and posting tweets saying Impact sucks, or they're just a garage company, they're just a company based in their garage, they have no stars, they're all jobbers, they're just a WWE hot zone for wrestlers that failed in WWE. And now they repost those same accounts, also start praising Impact out of nowhere, and you're just like, yeah, oh goddamn. It reminds me of that time where someone reposted tweets where they said they can't wait to see Bayley and Sasha Banks in New Japan, except yeah, if you said Stardom, we would have believed you because New Japan owns Stardom. But for the most part, Stardom kind of does their own thing. It's just ceremonial at this point, I feel. So, yeah, I don't believe this. So, yeah. And this could obviously become a one-time thing. Like, I get the feel, like, part of me thought was one of the reasons they did was because they... Okay, so I looked at the current roster list of the women wrestlers that is not NXT, because if you add NXT, they could fill the spot with all that, but they need their so they could fill all this. They have 21 spots open for that spot. They have 21 spots taken by, if you add the entire roster of Raw and SmackDown's women, which is telling because that's the entire roster. And that's not counting, and we are not even, and that's counting those who are currently out of action, on break, or injured. So they could fill the spot if they theoretically could, and had not fired all these women, but yeah. So heading into that, you're like, okay, they probably were like, okay, we could probably, okay, some of our wrestlers are injured. We fired a bunch of them because we're kind of assholes at times. Let's see. Okay, we have like maybe 20 people we can fill for the 30 women Royal Rumble. That's not enough. We need more. Okay, well, some are injured, so we have to remove them. Okay, think of something else. Okay, we could probably bring back the Bella Twins. Okay, that's good. We could get Summer Rae. Yeah, we could get her. She's not doing anything. Also, if you like, we could get Mickie James. Isn't she signed with that other company? Oh, she's not signed with AEW. She's signed with NWA. Wait, that's still around? Yes, they did a Women's Empower event. Oh, I didn't know that. They have their own women's brand? Yes. Didn't she demand that from us? Yeah, but we don't care. We're WWE. But yeah, so yeah, and Then people kind of got mad at Mickie James for liking a tweet from somebody saying that it's strange how there were no women involved in the Forbidden Door, just saying gif. And people got mad about that, saying, hey, Mickie, didn't Tony Khan help fund Empower, the event? And didn't he bring some of his AEW wrestlers who were women at the show? I'm like, if you're counting Impact in AEW, okay, fine, you have an argument there, but that tweet never really gave context of if it was just AEW and Impact, when AEW has a deal with NWA, has a deal with Impact, has a deal with New Japan, and could theoretically have a deal with Stardom if they wanted to. And they have other deals with other promotions in Japan. And, like, how do you think they're trying to get Maki Ito at times? Maki Ito looks like she's going to go to war with Thunder Rosa soon, so that's going to probably be freaking awesome. Or really insane. Probably both. So yeah, we had all this, and now, heading into this event, Mickie James, everyone, a lot of people were under the impression that Mickie James would drop the women's title back to Deonna Purrazzo. And here's the thing. As much as the idea of Impact and WWE working together sounds, I actually still think this is a one-time deal. They're teasing that Moose will fight Roman. Moose made that tweet saying that there's this forbidden door. Let's see if I'll cross it. Because he's called out Roman in the past on TV. The reason why I say it might be a one-time thing is primarily because you had several wrestlers who work in Impact as part of management that have kind of a huge chip with WWE. Kim. So, yeah, and if Impact wanted to work with the company that, did cripple the UK seed, killed Evolve, and some other small promotions in the modern times, and only has this idea of exclusive partnerships and not working with other promotions at the same time, yeah, I would get the feeling Gail Kim would tender her resignation if that was the case, because Gail Kim really hates them. And yeah. But Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo's match, a Texas Deathmatch. I was excited for this just for the brutality that would bring, and Deonna Purrazzo's awesome. Then the match was said to be traditional and 10 count. Excuse me? Yeah, here's the thing about this. This is the thing that annoyed me a little bit. And this was not like me nitpicking, it's more like, what the hell? I was thinking, wait, is that what really a Texas Deathmatch is? Like, I went ahead, let me see if I can find that article again. But it was so confusing, like, wait, so they do a 3 count, and ends in, and you have to do a 3 count, and do 10 count stuff, 3 count, 10 count style. So yeah, I looked it up, and yeah, they actually do that. Except, I was just like, oh, that would explain why they don't do that as much as they used to. I would think, because I thought a lot of wrestling matches have a certain calling, yet it does feel the same. Like when WWE says, "Oh, no holds bar," okay, it's a weapon. It's a no DQ match. Okay, a hardcore match, isn't that kind of the same thing? You just have it called hardcore. Yeah, like I thought Texas Deathmatch was just, the same thing as a Last Man Standing match. It's just a different name. That was my initial assumption. And I could kind of see why some people don't like the idea of that match, because you have to pin or submit your opponent and then get a 10 count on them. They have like 13 seconds essentially, unless they do a submission. And they kept pinning and tapping out a lot in this match. And it was like, this kind of slows it down for me and makes things a little sluggish. And like the highlight was definitely Brian Hebner running around trying not to get clonked on, and Mickie James going El Capone on that poor SOB accompanied Deonna Purrazzo. So yeah, I say that was a success. What was his name again? Let's see. El Capone. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. But I did like that part where they just kept throwing chairs in the ref, and Brian Hebner had to just keep trying to run around, trying to avoid getting hit. But there was a callback with Deonna Purrazzo doing something. She grabbed Mickie James by her area, which I will not say for various reasons of my sanity. But I was thinking, oh, you're taking a shot at WWE when Mickie James did that to Trish Stratus. Got it. That's still weird. Oh man, that was a thing. Like I recall reading articles that Vince was pissed about that spot. Oh man. So, yeah. I don't know how Mickie James felt having that moment recreated for her match against Deonna Purrazzo, but yeah. The match, there were several botches here, including a pile driver that didn't really go into the table all that much. It was, I wished it could have been more. In fact, when I was watching it, I was like, this match is going surprisingly fast, yet at the same time it doesn't. It's nearly 20 minutes, yet it felt much slower than that. But I think doing it a straight up traditional rule style with the 10 count was really what hurt it for me. I really think they should have just stuck to Texas Deathmatch being the name for a last man standing match, just for the sake of, we're in Texas, yeah! And all that nonsense. But yeah, we also had a bunch of Ring of Honor moments during the show overall, and Roxy was also in the crowd. Surprised she didn't get involved when Deonna Purrazzo's buddy came out to help, only to get Al Capone by Mickie James. That was still hilarious. They even said it was Al Capone and not say acoustic equalizer and whatnot. They said hardcore country because Mickie James' gimmick is also hardcore country. Yeah! So, at least... And Mickie James did say, I think she recalls saying that she wished she could have brought in WWE, but they were against it. Or something like that. But, yeah. The match... I feel like it should have just been a straight up last man standing match, or last woman standing match. Get rid of the pinfall stuff, and then you could have had a much better paced match for people, because the pinfalls and then doing the 10 counts, like, it does stop the flow a little bit for me. Like, this is just my opinion, but the two talents involved are great. Deonna Purrazzo is freaking awesome. Mickie James is Mickie James. So, yeah, Mickie James retained. Yeah, I was a little surprised by that, but now it's confirmed that, yeah, she is going to go to the Royal Rumble, and let's see if she'll bring the title with her there, or they'll tell her not to bring it at all, but that's a different matter. I mean, this is WWE, the land of we can change plans on the fly, and we'll be somehow treated as gods for it. But, yeah. It's going to be an interesting time heading into the Royal Rumble. I can't believe I have to keep saying that, especially since the commentators kept bringing it up. Oh, and Tom Phillips works for Impact now. So, yeah, that's a thing now. After they lost Matt Striker. It was weird. So, yeah. Let's see. Let me get something from my commentator. What do you think, Jerry Lawler? Yeah, it's too easy. Too easy to do that joke because Jerry Lawler was a pervert as a character. I don't know if he was like that in real life. That's a different matter entirely. But, yeah, Mickie James, Deonna Purrazzo, man, you two tried. I'll give you all credit. You did try, but I think you were held down by the constraints of the pinfall and then do the 10 count out system that is the Texas Deathmatch. I really just felt like they should have just made this a last woman standing match. That would have kept the pace a lot easier for people, I feel, and not have gotten such a mixed reception from what I've heard. But and some were trying to say they were trying to recreate the match between Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Like, what? This match doesn't even look like it. This match doesn't even feel like it. Like, I don't see the resemblance. But okay, fine. So anyways, let's hope Impact and WWE, whatever goes on, hopefully benefits Impact a little more than in the long run. I'm like, Impact did trend at number 7 at their peak, I heard, or number 3 worldwide across America. Yay! Wrestling's doing well. Now if only Vince can stop it. Because Vince will probably try and stop it. Hopefully not. But or Nick Khan took over and Vince is actually a cyborg. Yeah, that sounds about right. But we'll have to see down the road. Let's see if Mickie James will take that title and bring it to the Royal Rumble. It will be a shocking moment, I'm sure, even then. Even if it's known that it was going to happen since she retained. But we'll see. We'll see. This was Neo Reality Entertainment, the WrestleVerse, presenting Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo, Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill, which is a fitting name for them because they have been known to be very hard to kill. Like, they've survived so many near-ending company reigns that I'm amazed that and impressed they could make it this far. So they do deserve the name Hard to Kill. Well, in a Texas Deathmatch for the Knockouts World Championship. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. I'll see y'all next time. Peace and take care. Have a good day, and see y'all next time. Peace out.